Hi, my name's Andrew Fairlie. I'm chef owner of restaurant Andrew Fairlie at Gleneagles Hotel. I picked this knife because I specifically use it for filleting fish, and I think it's one of those skills now that less and less people are doing. Lots of restaurants nowadays buy fish in filleted or pre-prepared. We still buy all our fish in on the bone, and it's a skill that all young chefs have to learn, but less and less of them are. So I just wanted to use the global filleting knife and just show a fish filleting technique. The dish itself is a very, very simple dish. It's using a couple of techniques. Mackerel is a round fish, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the head from the fish, and then we're going to just basically take the filleting knife right through the pin bones and everything, turn the fish over, and then do exactly the same on the other side. The important thing is the knife has to be absolutely razor sharp. If it's not, with something like a mackerel, if the knife's not sharp, you have a tendency to tear the flesh. You know, if the flesh is torn, it won't eat the same way. The carpaccio of cucumber, what we're going to do basically is to slice some peeled cucumber lengthways on the mandolin, and then we're going to put that overlapping into a vacuum packed bag. We're going to season it slightly, season it lightly, and then we're going to compress that on full compression in the vacuum pack machine, and we're going to leave that to marinate for about 20 minutes. The fish itself, we're going to dry cure it just in some salt. Then we're going to remove it from the salt, wash the fish gently, and then put it into a wet cure, which will be rice wine vinegar, some water, some toasted cumin, some sugar. We'll leave that in there for an hour as well, and we're going to dry the fish, and then we're going to slice it so it will be cured raw, if you like. And we've got some cooked crab meat, some white crab meat, which we're going to season with a few drops of almond oil and some fingerling limes, the little lime pods, and a little bit of salt. And we're going to make a template where we're going to cut a round through the vac pack bag, so we'll have a perfect round of carpaccio of cucumber. We're going to lay that on the plate. We're going to put the seasoned crab meat down the middle and the sliced cured mackerel on top of that. And we're going to make quite an interesting mustard. It's you call it a marine mustard. So it's basically dried nori sheets blended together with some cumin, some Dijon mustard, and a little bit of oil. And that's really the seasoning for the dish. So we've tried to use a few interesting techniques, but there's a couple of interesting recipes in there as well at the same time. But in presentation terms, it was very, very simple. The reason I entered the scholarship was because I wanted to work in France, quite simply. And 30 odd years ago, I had finished my apprenticeship, so I had a classical 4-year apprenticeship, and then applied to work in France. But at that time, it was nigh on impossible to work in any French kitchen, never mind a 3 Michelin star. The competition is tough, but it's an old cliche, I suppose, but you have to keep your eye on the prize. You have to want to win the scholarship in order to win it, because the competition is pretty tough. But as an experience, I've spoken to lots of people who've entered the scholarship, who've got through to the semi-finals, and even that for them was an eye-opening experience. They loved it. Getting access to the judges, I mean, the quality of chefs that judge the scholarship now is phenomenal. So for them to get access to the judges and other competitors, and then for those that go through to the final, I think once they get to the final, they get caught up in it, and then if they don't win it that year, they know that they want to come back and they want to win it. On Burrs night we have haggis either the day before or the day after, and it's very traditional. There's no whisky sauces, it's just haggis, neeps and tatties, and that's it. And it's not creamed, buttered potatoes, it's just mashed potatoes with a little bit of milk and a little bit of butter.